Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Episode 43.
So you're a little bit more excited.
Episode 43.
There you go. Episode 43. Welcome back, everybody. We hope everybody's staying positive and testing negative.
Yeah.
And we hope everybody had a good week.
Yeah. We forgot to say it was my birthday last time.
Yeah. Last episode, we literally filmed
It was
on
my
Lee's birthday
and didn't bring it up.
and forgot.
Yep.
So,
29.
oh gosh, I thought you were lying for a second because I
Nope.
was thinking about my own age.
No, 29.
Not that old yet.
I'm halfway there.
Speaking of celebrations,
Oh, nice segue.
I got a.
Never mind.
This is a Christmas present I got from my wife.
It's an in-home fire pit.
You fill it up with
Gasoline.
Yep, straight gas.
Diesel.
Yep. It only emits a toxic fume, and you're fine.
Yep. And the square footage of this room, we got about 42 minutes
Yeah.
before we're both out.
Speaking of celebrations,
There we go.
you got a massage.
I did for my birthday that we didn't talk about, that we all forgot about. My wife didn't, and she got me a massage.
That was nice of her.
Hour long.
Ooh, that's a good long massage.
It's literally, I walked there. It's by my house. It's in that shopping center at the end of my street. It's called Massage Life.
Did it feel reputable when you walked in? Because just
Yeah.
based on the outside of that.
It's a school. It's a massage school.
Oh, okay.
So it's like where you can go to Gilda's school and get your hair cut
for cheaper.
for $15.
Yeah.
But it's a student.
Okay.
Yeah. Massage Life. They're in Tuscaloosa. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Don't remember the lady's name, but she was
Rwanda.
not Rhonda. Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Rwanda. That was her name.
I don't think that was her name.
Hey, whatever you say, bud. One of us was there and the other one wasn't, so.
Yep. She was a redhead.
Sounds right. Sounds like Rwanda.
We got different groups of people we hang out with. But it's her and her sister and her mom on it.
Okay.
And run it.
Yeah.
Hour long.
Are they the only three in the school or are there more people?
There's more people there,
Okay.
but they
I
own
just
it and
didn't-
run it.
yeah, I was just making sure.
I got a massage from one of the owners. She put the works.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sore.
Okay.
Which I didn't initially think that was supposed to be the outcome of a massage. Boy, she put that people's elbow in there.
Ooh.
Just
And you like it?
it was really nice.
See, I like-
there were some points where I'd like, geez, crank up, and she'd ask me like, is that good
Is that
pressure and
too
everything?
much?
But I didn't want to say no like a sissy, so I said that's great.
They could break your neck and you'd just be like, yeah, that was fun.
And it was a full body massage, and they strip you down to your comfort level.
Top to bottom.
They get you. They said
Butt
undress
and
to your
wiener.
comfort level.
Got you butt and wiener.
Stop it.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it. I'm trying to plug these people. They were really nice.
They plugged you.
Nope. not for what we paid. We did the stripped down version.
Yeah.
We did
the stripped down version.
I was in my underwear.
Yeah.
I was in my drawers.
That's what I'm talking about.
I went down to my drawers,
Yeah.
which I wear sliding shorts, so I might as well have been naked. But
You could see it all. Mm-hmm. Did they put a towel over it
when they're not working on it, yeah.
when they weren't working on it?
So you start out on your stomach.
But if they are working on it,
Yeah, they
they
ain't
want
gonna
to
work.
see it.
Well, you let me tell it. Nothing. There was nothing sexual, Anna. So don't. It was all above bar. It was good.
Above the belt. All above the belt.
And below the belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She put the
There
works
you
on
go.
my calves, but I'm really ticklish, and she massaged my feet.
Ooh.
And I was just trying everything I might not to kick her in the head. And then they massage your hands.
That's
And she's working on them forearms
Yeah.
and shoulders and arms. And man,
I've only ever had 30-minute massages. And
Yeah.
It is never long enough.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
Yeah, an hour.
Because
yeah.
I made sure to look at my phone when I laid down so that she wouldn't jip me. It's like, I know it's 12:30. So
Yeah.
if it's 1:28 when we get done, you owe me
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was right on the money. And I was like, that could have been 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
But
I fell asleep in a massage. We were in Mexico. and I was straight snoring.
Bruh, then that was
I woke myself up snoring.
that was a sweet one. Then
It
there
was
wasn't no
pretty good.
sleeping with this.
Yeah.
she had that.
That's what they always ask me, like, how hard do you want it? And I'm just like, don't. Just
Whatever
light.
it takes.
Just light.
You just got a body rub
Yeah.
for 30 minutes.
Pretty much. They just blow on my back, though.
They use the back of their hand and just run it down your back.
They get one of the back scratchers, like the plastic hands.
But I told her, so she asked me, "You got any trouble areas?" Mm-hmm. So my lower back.
You said my obesity.
Yeah, my love handles. Can you work on them handles?
Yeah.
No. What about my under neck? Can you work on that?
Can you give
work
me another
that thing
chin?
out? Yeah.
I need another one.
But
have
so
enough.
it was. We paid for a full,
Yeah.
and she said, "But do you have any problem areas?" I said, "Just work on my back the most."
Yeah.
She didn't
feel
disappoint.
Yeah.
My trap is still sore.
Really?
Yeah, she got that. She got that eagle's claw in there on
just
them.
can't-
She grabbed them muscles like it was dough and just tear them up.
I don't find that. I don't think that I could find that enjoyable.
But it was soothing and warm, and the
Yeah.
oil's warm. She
Was it vegetable oil?
maybe canola,
Canola.
extra virgin.
Yeah.
Man,
You
it was
wasn't
good
extra
stuff.
virgin afterwards.
Nope. But I left there just oiled up.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about massages. Is after you leave, you feel just greasy. And,
It felt good.
Yeah.
Man, working. So I left my underwear on like I've always done for every massage I've ever gotten because I'm not a lunatic.
yeah.
Left my underwear on, but she put the people's elbow on my butt cheeks with the towel on
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. A good butt massage
It
feels
was
good.
wild.
Yeah.
It was exhilarating.
Yeah, they get deep down in there.
She'd get that elbow on the chicken wing bone
Yeah.
back there and run that half moon. I was seeing angels.
Yeah.
It was great.
So what was their name again?
Massage
Shout them out.
the massaged life.
The Massaged Life off of would that be Loop
Road.
Road.
Right by the VA.
Go check them out. Tell them Aggressively Medium Podcast sent you. Maybe
Yep.
I can get a free massage out of it
Maybe.
if enough people talk
Well,
about.
I left
talk
my
to
debit
them
card
about
there. I had to go back and get it later.
Well, I'll just tell them to put it on your tab. Then.
yeah, I went and got it, but
Okay.
I was out of it.
If you are going to the Massaged
Life.
go tell them put it on Lee's tab. Mm-hmm. And then
They got me on record there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was good stuff. So that was the highlight of my week.
that's good. Well, speaking of families owning businesses,
How was
me and Meg went this past weekend. I had COVID, so I was in the house for 14 days straight.
sick?
And I couldn't stand to be in the house a day longer. And so we went up to Mentone. If you don't know about Mentone, Mentone's in North Alabama. It's almost to Chattanooga. It's only 2.5 hours from Tuscaloosa, but just like gorgeous mountains, cabins, all kind of stuff. We took like a horseback ride to DeSoto
Really?
Falls. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good time. Well, on the way up there, we decided we want to go get some food, and we stopped at this restaurant. Mm-hmm. It was called the Two Sisters Cafe. We were it was kind of later. It was like 7, and we're going through a bunch of little small towns. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to eat before we got to our supercharger because we took the Tesla. And so we stopped in this little small town. It was oh gosh,
Did you
I
take
don't remember what
notes?
the town was.
Almost Mentone.
It was it was almost to Steele, Alabama. I'll look up Two Sisters Cafe.
Don't
real quick.
nobody know where any of these places are.
Steele, Alabama is right outside Gadsden.
Okay.
But the Two Sisters Cafe
So y'all took I-20?
up to it's in Asheville, Alabama is where it is. So when we were driving up, we just wanted something to eat, and I thought, I kind of want a burger. I still couldn't taste anything, but I just wanted the texture of a burger, I guess. I started getting my taste buds back on this trip.
There you go.
And so they said, world's best burger on the side of the restaurant. Ooh. And I thought, in Asheville, Alabama,
That might
Everybody
mean
knows
something.
Asheville
That might mean something.
as the burger capital of the world.
Right.
And so when you go to the burger capital of the world, Asheville, Alabama, and you see world's best burger on the side of the restaurant, you go, well, this is it.
That means something.
It means something. There's some credentials there. We pull up and it's a Home Depot shed.
All right.
Like one of the
exactly.
sheds they got outside Home Depot.
In the corner of the parking lot.
In the corner of the parking lot, like $2.99 a month.
Where they
You
put
can
the
own
hay.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was in a Home Depot shed, right? When we walked through the door, every single head turned and looked at us. They looked at our eyes and then looked down at our masks.
Oh.
And they were mask shaming us
Uh.
for having masks on.
Because you're a sissy.
Because we're sissies. All right.
I tend to agree.
Look like you've played video games before, right?
Sometimes.
So you know there's like certain characters that all they do is like they just stare at you and they just follow your character around. That was the guy behind the counter. He did not say a word the entire time we were
As
there.
your cashier?
As a cashier, he did not say any words at all.
Was his name Ted?
I didn't get that far because he wouldn't talk to me.
True.
So, but he was just staring and turning at you, and so I had to go to the bathroom at one point, and so I got
Is
up.
the one where you get the key from him with the piece of with the stick on it?
Well, you got to
go
think
back.
we're in a Home Depot shed,
How big is it?
as big as a Home Depot shed.
So how many people were looking at you? 2?
No, there was 2, 4, 5 people in there. There's 5. It was one of the bigger Home Depot sheds.
Okay. A nice one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to go to the bathroom, and so essentially I was walking outside because it was the outside, like we were sitting inside the Home Depot shed, and so you turn the door handle, go to the bathroom. The floor is spongier than any character on
sponge?
Nickelodeon you could find, and it felt like I was outside. Like the temperature dropped 40 degrees when I went into the bathroom.
Were you 1 or 2?
I was 1.
You should just TT'd out in the parking lot then.
It would essentially I was.
Yeah.
I
hope nobody in Asheville listens to this.
The waitress had no bra, saw straight areolas
Good.
through her shirt. She was a bigger gal.
At her waistline?
They were close to it. They were pretty close to it. And we were sitting there talking, and my wife asks, well, which is better, the fries or the onion rings? And she says, the onion rings are just as good as Sonic. Just as good. Not better. But your level of excellence is
I
Sonic.
hear you, man. We just got them down to Sonic. We just got it.
These are just as good as Sonic.
Well.
And I almost laughed at that point, right? There was a jersey on the wall that had their name on it with no context.
2 sisters?
Yeah, Two Sisters Cafe jersey.
It's probably from their high school days.
It was not a basketball jersey.
Was it a football jersey?
It looked like a motocross jersey
Might have been.
hanging up on the wall.
Or have you seen the souped up lawnmower racing?
Yeah, it could have been one of those.
I bet it was.
That's probably what it was. I look up and see an outlet on the ceiling. Don't know what that's for. Never seen that
light.
before.
Or a fan. A box fan.
A box fan?
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of their air handling capabilities, there were 2 window units up there cut out of the side. It was just straight cut out, and it was 2 different styles
Yeah.
of air
They
conditioner.
got them at different times.
Yeah.
When they had enough money.
And I thought, they kind of messed themselves up there. Because when you do that, if you've got to get a different air conditioner, you're going to be putting you might not get the same size air conditioner. You'd have to get the direct. But I looked to the side and saw that had already happened because there was already a piece of wood next to where the AC units were.
Did you take notes to tell me the story?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was so like, I was in awe the entire time I was in there. There was a random piece of paper on the wall. Just somebody had wrote baked goods and just put it on the wall. There was no table underneath it.
There probably was
There
at
was
some
no,
point.
there was no baked goods.
They sold
anywhere.
out.
I asked if they had desserts. They said no, and looked at me like, "Why would you ask that?" It was a fantastic day.
How was the food?
It was the most okayest burger I've ever had.
It was above a
Nothing
burger.
to write. It was about as good as Sonic.
Just as good as Sonic.
It's just as good as Sonic. That's what, but when I ask you how good something is, and you say
It's just as good as
just
Sonic.
as good as a mediocre fast food restaurant,
Hey, watch it.
it's a mediocre
You better
fast food
watch
restaurant.
your P's and Q's.
That's all I'm saying.
That Sonic burger.
But you gotta give me more than that.
Yeah.
You gotta say
World's best burgers.
world's best burgers that were just as good as Sonic.
Yeah.
So
That's what
That
Regina
happened.
thought.
yeah, yeah. She was it was a homely group of people in there.
Yeah.
Real homely. Looked like they lived in the Home Depot shed.
Yeah. Well, they might.
Yeah. But so if you're ever in Asheville, Alabama, go check out
Go
Two
to
Sisters
Sonic.
Cafe. Yeah, go to Sonic because it's just as good. Good prices. Couldn't complain about that.
Well, yeah.
But, you know.
When it's goat meat that they got
Yeah.
from the farm, that you can get it for pretty
Yeah.
cheap.
Hey, goat meat's fine with
Sounds
me.
like a good trip.
It was a good trip. We also got to ride in the back of a police car on this trip.
What'd you do?
We left our car charging somewhere. We drove. So I've got this app. It's called Plug Share, and it tells you places that you can plug your car up.
Yeah.
And there was one in Fort Payne, Alabama. So it was just right down the mountain. Figured we'll just plug up, be there a couple hours. Like we were plugged up, and then we're gonna walk to go just to downtown, which was like a block away.
All right.
So we're walking in downtown, and then the Alabama music group, country music super group,
Yeah,
Alabama,
yeah.
they have a museum there, and so
Cool.
I mean, you
Better
gotta
than
go.
nothing. Better
You
than
gotta
nothing.
go.
Right.
Rave reviews with anybody with less than 4 teeth.
From the ladies over at Two Sisters.
Yeah, from Lays Over at Two Sisters, you can't miss the Alabama Museum. It was a very underwhelming museum. I thought
Sure.
there was going to be a lot more stuff in there.
Well,
But so we ate at a restaurant, and then we walked back to the museum. And I get a text message from my buddy Heath, who's been on the podcast before, and he said, "Hey, a police officer just called here asking if we knew of anybody that worked at Northport that had a Tesla, because I guess they saw the firefighter tag on the back of my car." So Heath texted me. While I'm texting Heath back, my battalion chief calls me, and he says, "Hey, where are you at?" That's never a good question to hear
I'm
from
at
a
the Alabama
battalion chief.
Museum.
Yeah. It's like, "I'm in Fort Payne, Chief." He says, "Well, our dispatch," so they called our dispatch to
they
tell.
called 911?
Yeah, in Tuscaloosa. Called our dispatch to say, "Hey, somebody needs to come get this car, because at this point, we're going to charge you with theft of property."
Because you stole their power?
Because I stole their power, I guess.
What was it?
Huh?
Well, for real, what was it?
That's what was what?
Why would they call? Why would you be in trouble for charging?
So I called I said, "Chief, I'm a mile away, but I'm walking to the car. So if anybody calls back, just tell them that." He said, "All right, if you need anything, just let me know." I call the police department for Fort Payne, and I say, "Hey, somebody just called.
Y'all called my boss.
Y'all called my boss and got me in trouble. Probably, I didn't get in trouble, but
Why would you?
you
Did you plug up somebody's house?
No, it was in the middle of a park in downtown Fort Payne.
That had a charger?
There was a like I've got at the outside of my house like a 1450 plug. It was that type of plug on a power pole. There were 3 of them in 3 corners of this parking lot.
And it looked like you were supposed to charge there?
I mean, the app said it was a NEMA 1450 there on 3.
So somebody just said
telephone
in the
poles.
app, if you need a plug.
Yeah, but so I called the Fort Payne and I said, "Hey, somebody just called. I'm walking there. I'm a mile away." Dispatcher's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "Okay, that's fine, but I'm just letting you know." if anybody calls, if a sheriff calls or somebody, deputy, whatever, I don't know who y'all got, but if they call, I'm
The
walking.
constable.
Yeah, the constable calls. I'm a mile away and I'm walking to him. She calls me back like 10 minutes later and says, hey, where are you at? So I tell her. She says, all right, stay right there.
I'm about a quarter mile from the Alabama Museum.
I'm not far from the Alabama Museum.
Yeah.
And so the police officer comes and picks us up and takes us over there. And it was like an investigator that was over there. And he was the one that was calling and all this stuff. So anyways, Meg rode in the back of the car. I got to ride up front, because I don't have a record or anything. But yeah, we got up there and this guy was, he was nice when I started talking to him. He didn't seem, super
Did you
upset.
show him the app? Like, I didn't find this.
I said, hey, and the police officer that drove me over there was like, hey, look,
we don't get a lot of Teslas here in Fort Payne.
Yeah, he was super nice. The officers were very nice. I can't speak more highly of those guys. They were thanking me and saying, hey, thanks for coming to Fort Payne and spending money here and all this other stuff. They were happy I was there.
They got a tip from the ladies over at the Two Sisters saying we got a jerk and a Tesla coming your way.
Yeah. He keeps
be on the lookout.
Staring at areolas.
We got a mask wearing Tesla driver.
Yeah, but they were super nice, and after I explained everything to them, they were.
That was probably the highlight of his week.
Yeah, it probably was. It was probably
calling
the
your
boss. Of his year.
Calling your balls.
But if I would have had to call back, that battalion chief would have called back. That guy's scary. I have called in sick before, and that battalion chief answered, and then I decided I wasn't calling in sick. I just came on to work sick because I was like, I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to say nothing to this guy.
Huh.
But yeah, so
I need to take advantage of you not wearing a hat.
Yeah, wear that thing backwards. I got a haircut, so
it's about time. And a shave.
A shave and a haircut. That's exactly what I needed it. I needed it bad. Speaking of bad, you know what rhymes with bad?
Sad.
Dad. Jokes.
Oh yeah.
You got some dad jokes.
So while we were in quarantine, we watched a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Really?
Because we couldn't leave the house.
Yeah.
And Anna showed me this video. Actually, it updated.
Oh, nice.
I got them. So Anna showed me this video. I believe it was on Facebook, and it was an Australian guy who had either smoked a bunch of pot or was drunk and was trying to read these without laughing.
Oh, gosh.
And he just laughed through the whole video.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But as she played it to me, he probably did 20 jokes. And as it would go, I'd be like, hey, stop the video. And I'd write it down. So I've got some noteworthy ones.
Okay. I'm ready for the dad jokes.
And these aren't necessarily they're just corny, which is, that's what a dad joke is. All right, you ready? Hold on, let me get ready.
Corny.
Yeah.
All right. Clearing my mind.
Don't laugh.
Okay. I'm already laughing. I failed.
You ready?
Yeah.
Man, I hate perforated lines. They're terrible. All right. The other day, Anna told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. I had to put my foot down.
Had to put my foot. Just couldn't do it. Yeah.
You ready?
Because flamingos they stand on one foot.
Because I was impersonating a flamingo.
Yeah.
I had to put my foot down.
I got it. All right. I got you. Right.
They're they got a little intelligence to them. You got to think about them a little bit.
I guess.
You want to hear a joke about a construction site? Do you?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm still working on it. All right.
We're 1 for 3 right now.
All right. What do they call Miley Cyrus in Europe? Kilometry signs. Cyrus.
Kilometer signs.
Kilometry signs.
Yeah.
Cyrus.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
2 for 4.
So
2 for 4.
2 for 4. Dad jokes.
Did you know that you can call the police if your child refuses to take a nap because they're resisting arrest? 3 for 5.
You just shake your head at
3
that
for
one.
5. 3 for 5.
Resisting arrest.
What's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo lighter? Or a hippo and a Zippo? Crap. What's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo?
One's a lighter.
One is really heavy. The other one's a little lighter.
If you would,
If I hadn't butchered that one.
Yeah, that one would have been a good one.
As I wrote this down and heard him say it, I didn't put together that hippo and Zippo rhymed. I didn't know that you're supposed to say hippo and Zippo. I just anyway.
That COVID brain is what that was. Yeah, COVID brain.
What does a house wear? A dress. It was funny. It was funny.
Hippo and Zippo is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you drown a hipster? In the mainstream. Got him. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Because it was too tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Last
I'll give
one.
you-
Last
okay.
one. This wasn't on the list. I heard this one separately.
Okay.
And you have to interact with this one. You have to answer me.
Okay.
All right. Did you hear about that famous actor? Did you hear about that famous?
ass.
No. Did you hear about that famous actress that killed herself? Mm-mm. It was Reese. You know what I'm talking about? Reese. She's blonde headed.
Reese's?
You're supposed to interact. An actress. Reese. She was in Sweet Home Alabama. It's not going to work if you don't know.
Reese Witherspoon?
No, with a knife. If we didn't stumble through it and not know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But did you hear-
I knew who you were talking about, but it was at the tip of my
But the
brain.
joke is, did you hear about the actress that killed herself?
No.
Her name's Reese.
Reese Witherspoon?
No, with a knife.
Oh, okay.
Witherspoon. No, with her knife.
With her knife. Be hard to kill yourself with a spoon.
Yeah. Oh, they do it in prison all the time.
Yeah, that's a
Sharpened
shank.
spoon.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
shank.
Or a sport.
It's a little bit different.
You can do it with a sport. If you got the jug. Well, you couldn't stab them to death, but you could cut
Like
them.
with a plastic one? That'd be rough.
If you need to bad enough. So, that was my dad jokes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We might have been a lot funnier, full of zinc and Tylenol. That might have made it a little funnier.
Yeah, real tired from not sleeping any on COVID. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, those were funny.
Yeah.
I mean, those were,
Yeah.
you know.
And dad jokes are dad jokes.
Yeah,
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
yeah. There's a
Like what's brown and sticky? A stick.
stick.
Yeah.
What's blue and smells like red paint?
Blue paint.
Yeah.
Felt like that was an ACT question. I was nervous.
Hey, so I saw this thing. It was a what's the college football or the fantasy?
Are you trying to
fantasy
get me?
football? No, I'm not. Fantasy football, like where people
DraftKings.
No. It's like just a football fantasy league where people sign up and you draft people that are on teams.
Fantasy
and stuff.
football.
Yeah, fantasy football. So I saw this weekend that it was a video about a group of friends who they always have they started doing money as like a pot and stuff. And then they decided, you know what, it's just whatever. Money's whatever. Like you're not really in it for the money. I mean, you win $100 or something like that.
Right.
And so they decided instead of the winner getting something,
The loser gets in
the
trouble.
loser gets punished.
Yeah.
And they had all this long list of stuff. And one of them was that the loser had to go take the ACTs. Like,
As an adult?
As an adult.
Oh, gosh.
they're like in their 30s.
That's funny.
So you got to go sign
That
up.
also costs like $125.
And then you got to go sit down with a bunch of high
It's like an 8-hour day, too.
and take the test.
Thing's long.
I thought that was fantastic.
I would hate that.
I would hate that too. The guy was like, I missed it by just this much this year. And he
Dang.
was like, I was so happy.
What'd the guy make? Did they say?
They didn't say, but you had to disclose the score
Of course
to
you
all
did.
the friends
Yeah,
too.
that's funny.
And say what I was like, man, that'd be hilarious. I like doing stuff like that. I like doing stuff that's got some consequence to it, that it's not like, it's not just horrible. You're not losing money.
Yeah.
Really. It's just like, that would just be so funny.
I saw one where everybody else in the league they put up a tarp up on a wall at somebody's house outside, and the guy got down in a bathing suit, and everybody else got to peg him with tomatoes.
Oh gosh.
I've
That'd
seen
be
that
funny.
one.
That'd be funny.
Because it's not really going to hurt.
Yeah. I wish that I liked football enough that I could like get into that.
Yeah.
And then like I've done one football fantasy thing before, and
I used to do it for years and years and years, but I haven't done it in a while.
I did this one. It was Tuscaloosa News when I worked there, and they were just looking for another guy to fill in.
Right.
And the guy said, "Look, you don't even have to do anything. Just auto draft, and then we just need somebody."
Yeah.
He was like, "You'll have fun though," and I didn't check it not once. I just auto drafted, and then we did do a NASCAR fantasy league one time that was so much fun because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you're not really keep. I mean, you don't really keep up with NASCAR.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of something fun to look at every so often on Sunday and see where your driver was.
You know what's worse than fantasy football? Fantasy basketball.
Oh, gosh.
You have to update your roster 2 or 3 times a week because they play so many games. Well, only thing worse than that is fantasy baseball. There's 162 games you have to put a lineup for. I need to get paid for that.
Yeah.
That's like what people get paid to do that for teams.
Some people do fantasy bachelor. They figure out like who they think's going to win. They draft their team, and then I could see that being an interesting thing.
So fantasy football to football to we had a pretty
college
eventful
football. Yeah,
we won.
I feel like that transition could have been smoother.
was
Talking
rough.
about fantasy football.
Well,
college football.
What I was going to say,
we won the championship.
I was going to say, speaking of fantasy football, what if your punishment for losing was getting tear gassed? That was going to be my transition.
That's a good transition.
And then speaking of that, we got tear gassed after we won the national championship.
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah. So Alabama won the national championship.
We did.
Congratulations,
Put
guys.
a whipping on Ohio State.
You didn't really win because we all know it was Texas Tech Red Raiders.
And it shouldn't even been that close of a game because Ohio State is a nut. And an elephant should have squashed a nut 100-0.
I saw an article actually, so I don't keep up with football.
Nope.
I saw an article today though that was talking about how do we break up Nick Saban's monopoly.
Beat him.
Well, that's what, normal people would think. But this guy had written a whole article talking about...
Was it on like BuzzFeed or something?
No, it wasn't. It was on USA Today. So his fixes for for Nick Saban winning college football every year were redistribute recruiting talent. So have a draft like the NFL does. Horrible idea. Because then what happens if I'm a great player
and I got to go play at Toledo?
Yeah,
because that's who drafted me.
Yeah, and then
you're going to have a 128 team draft,
and you can't put a kid somewhere like I choose Alabama because my family lives here.
My sick grandmother lives in Northport.
Yeah,
I'm going to Tuscaloosa.
Nope.
You got to go to Akron.
Yeah.
Those are both tiny schools in Ohio.
State.
I don't know. Yeah,
like
you got to go to Buffalo.
Yeah, somewhere you're not
Syracuse.
You're not going to have fun at.
Or like I'm good at football, but I want to be an engineer. Alabama has a great engineering program. Nope, you got to go to UCLA.
Yeah, I love college football. Play college football. I want to be a car salesman after I get done. Go to Alabama.
Yeah.
Get your leg broke.
Yeah.
Go be a car salesman.
Well, he worked at the white brick regions on campus for a decade.
Yeah, and then went and
it
sold
was very nice.
Yeah.
He was very nice.
Expand the college football playoff.
Fine, do it.
That's fine. Yeah. Add a couple more teams.
That's just more teams for Alabama to beat, though.
Negotiate a retirement.
Make him leave?
Make him leave.
Let's negotiate a retirement for this idiot at USA Today.
Make him leave.
How about them apples?
He says, with his win Monday, Saban earned a $200,000 bonus and is scheduled to make more than $10 million this contract year. He already has a statue outside Bryant-Denny. He's arguably the best coach ever. What more does this guy want? If he retired, there's a good chance Alabama's dynasty would level off after a few years. None of his former assistants have been able to come close to the level as his head coach. Clemson?
Well, Dabo Swinney wasn't a coach for him. He played there. He played at Alabama.
Played there? Okay.
He was on the 92 national championship team.
With somebody that we're going to talk about later.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a cool segue.
Well,
we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
But yeah, so
remember that point.
Yeah, remember that.
And we'll be back.
We'll be back. Yeah.
That guy's a doofus.
Yeah, he is. It was a funny article that I was like, he didn't mean
he
it
wasn't
funny.
being funny.
No,
it was funny to a
it
normal
was funny
human.
to a normal human being.
Somebody that doesn't have blue hair.
Yeah.
And lives in a liberal city. That's insane.
But so we won the college football national championship, and then of course
everybody here stormed the strip.
Yeah, everybody. If you're not from Tuscaloosa, there's like a 2-block radius that everybody just pounces on. We win a national championship.
They pounce there every weekend. That's where I get to
not
put
like this.
Though. No.
There's like 4,000 people in a 2-block radius, and they're just jam-packed.
In the street. It's close. Yeah, like you can't drive through.
At this point,
Google it. If you don't know what we're talking about and like you have no idea what we're talking about, Google it. There's a billion pictures of it.
At this point, Tuscaloosa Police Department, last I heard, was operating somewhere at 60 or 70% capacity, maybe even lower because of COVID.
So they're having to split their shifts up and stuff so they're not...
So they've got people out there. And so they're already understaffed. They can't do anything about 4,000 people just coming up. Like
drunk.
Yeah, drunk. And so at one point, they drove their cars side by side down the road to disperse people. But as they were just going,
closing in
behind them. And one can of pepper spray got let off.
By a police officer? On
officer.
Purpose?
Yes.
Like a spray can?
Yeah, a spray can.
We grenaded tear gas into the crowd.
Can.
Okay.
And then all these little pansy Alabama...
Well, it's the news picked it up. The news went bananas with it.
Yeah, but it didn't really happen like that.
That's good to know.
There wasn't tear gas. There wasn't all this other stuff. It was just...
This is for you guys out there that are just seeing this from afar.
Yeah.
Because it's all over the internet. Like different articles and stuff about how they shot tear gas into the crowd.
Everybody.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've just been told by my employees who are college students that they shot tear gas into the...
Yeah, it was definitely not as crazy as they made it out to be.
Okay.
But with the national championship celebration, there's going to be more money coming into Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
It's going to better the city. And the person that is going to be in charge of that is to be determined right now.
Yeah.
Because we're about to have a mayoral
election.
Runoff. Speaking of Dabo Swinney,
who played on the national championship, who was not an assistant coach to Nick Saban from that article. There was also a player on the 92 team who's going to take Walt Maddox's seat.
Yeah, well, possibly,
hopefully,
he's got a lot going for him.
I heard about him 2 hours ago. Yeah. I like him.
He's religious. Yeah. He is a pastor at a church here. I worked with him a while ago at a church. He is African American.
Right.
He is a conservative.
Christian
conservative. He has a radio show that he's on. I think he
won a national championship here.
He won a national championship. He played for Alabama. It's going to be hard to beat.
So now you guys out in Portland that watch the show, doesn't mean anything to you.
No, but
you could murder babies and be on the 92 national championship team
and people be okay with it. He was all right.
Yeah, those babies had it coming.
Yeah. Now that I think about those babies, after the fact,
those kids he
they were
drowned,
kind of douches.
They were asking for it.
Yeah, they were.
So this guy, what's his name?
They weren't even paying taxes. Martin Houston.
That's a solid name.
It's a solid name. So, Walt Maddox has been mayor for 16 years.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
He's done a lot of great things for the city. He really has. The amphitheater, the river walk, revitalizing downtown. He has done a lot of good things for the city.
Yeah.
He has.
The mall, the abandoned lots all over the place. I don't like Walt Maddox, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to. Also,
I'm a fan of Walt Maddox.
You're the head of a ship that was going to be headed in the right direction regardless of who was the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Well, I mean, if you had somebody in there who was,
Who doesn't know what an amphitheater is?
Yeah, well, if
Doesn't know how to revitalize a mall.
If they didn't want to build an amphitheater, they didn't want to spend money on an amphitheater. They didn't want to spend money on the infrastructure of downtown. They didn't want to spend money on the infrastructure to put in the Riverwalk. I mean, that could have possibly been a thing. None of that
Could have been. Sure.
Yeah.
Could have been.
The River Market is a great piece of property in Tuscaloosa
For
right
the
now.
150 people that go there on Saturday to buy
for
honey.
events, it's a
No,
good
you're
event
right. You're right.
space. I know. It's hard for
16
you to
years
say.
is just unless you're Jesus Christ himself. That's too long to be.
Hey, you could be my mayor for 30 years. If you keep doing stuff that's going to better the city,
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care how long you're there.
Yeah,
You could be there for 100 years.
I guess.
You'd have to get sworn in as a 1-year-old and then hope that you make it to 100. But
That's
like,
true.
I'd
We ought to
down
be
for
like
it.
one of those towns that has like a golden retriever be the mayor.
What was the Parks and Rec? They had the kid.
That happened. You can Google
Yeah,
it right now.
what
There's
was-
probably 10 cities in the United States where the mayor's a dog.
He was the Ice King or something like. He
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to
They
build
gave him the
an
key to the
ice
city.
town.
Yeah.
yeah,
He became the mayor at like 16 or something.
Yeah.
And then spent all the money on a water park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you're in Tuscaloosa,
Vote for Houston or Martin.
yeah. Well, I mean, if that's look at what he's doing. That's the one thing I love, Martin.
Yeah.
I love it.
You actually know him.
Yeah.
Like you said
I
earlier,
call him
you
Pastor
could,
Martin.
You could text him
Yeah, I could text him.
and he'd probably text you back.
Yeah, he absolutely would. I've had some of the greatest I've had some eye-opening conversations about God and the Word and stuff with him that I've used those same statements later on in life to like help other people.
Good.
Really positive guy. I like him a lot. My only concern is that he doesn't have any experience being a politician. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would like to hear policies or
that's
ideas
coming.
that he has. Yeah. I'm excited to hear about it. We'll probably follow that.
Yeah.
Follow that up. Who knows? Might have him on the podcast. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. He might want to talk to the 50 people that listen to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so be looking out for that. And
Do you know when the election is?
I'm not sure.
Coming up?
No, it's coming up. I won't be able to vote in it because I'm not a Tuscaloosa
Oh, yeah.
citizen. But
I hope it's soon.
before y'all move out of Tuscaloosa, possibly.
Well, we might be moving. We might stay in Tuscaloosa. I don't know. But,
Jinx.
funny. You owe me a Coke.
No, you owe me a Coke. I said Jinx.
You didn't say you owe me a Coke. You have to say
You
Jinx,
owe
you owe
me
me
a
a Coke.
You owe me a Coke.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. You have to say the whole thing. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Knock on wood. I don't know what any of that stuff does anymore.
No, it's all hokum.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit of time left.
We're going to finish with something light.
Yeah, we're
It's
gonna
not like
finish
we
with
got
something
deep
light.
about anything
Yeah,
anyway, but-
no, we haven't. Those dad jokes were pretty serious.
Yeah. So speaking of like jokey, fun,
Yeah.
how do you feel about silly dances at weddings?
So you're talking about like dad and daughter get up there,
No.
they start dancing, and then the record scratch.
Oh.
And then
I
it's
thought
like,
you were about to say like the daddy-daughter dance is a silly
like,
dance
like
at a wedding.
the record scratches, and then the dad and the daughter are doing like the hokey pokey or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely hate it.
Yep. All of it.
I do not care.
Yeah.
Do not care for it. Granted, it's your wedding. You
Yeah.
do what you want. But just know, if Meg would have come to me and said, instead of me and
at
my
our
dad.
or you and her at your first dance,
Oh, gosh. If she would have
like
said,
halfway through it,
yeah,
you
me and you at our first dance, we're going to salsa.
yeah.
I would have said, the only we there is if there's a mouse in your pocket. Because I ain't doing
Give
it.
me the ring back.
Yeah, give me the ring. Yeah, we're ending this.
Yeah.
I've been to some crazy father-daughter dance.
I've never seen the record scratch and they start acting silly.
I was at one wedding where in the father-daughter dance, they did they were, dancing,
Just
record
swaying,
scratch.
Right.
The dad starts dancing like they were doing like some MC Hammer dance or something. Then record scratch again. And then there's a voiceover and the brother walks out and starts mouthing what the voiceover was saying because he had pre-recorded it. And then so the dad, the son, and the daughter start dancing.
The son, like the new son-in-law?
No, the son, the dad, the daughter, and the son.
That family's too close.
And then record scratch again.
Mom.
No. The
Officiant.
no, it was like
The caterers.
a really good friend of the family. And the brother of the girl and him are like mouthing like the voice, like they've both recorded voiceovers, and they do something with just them two.
Were they homosexuals?
No. So then record scratch again. There's like 5 costume changes in this thing, and like it's just ridiculous. Like,
Whose wedding was this?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say. But it was kind of crazy. Like that was like the epitome of like,
That's too much.
this is the top of it.
Yeah.
And I've never been a fan of that stuff. It was a great wedding. Love the wedding. Love the people in it.
Yeah.
It was just like, there were like 5 or 6 times where it was like, and then somebody else pops out. And then they go back to just the dad and the daughter.
You
and
know
the
what makes
son
me
and
even more mad when those happen? Is everybody else just loves it. They're just eating it up,
yeah.
and laughing, and look at that 5th
Yeah,
person.
and I'm the daggum Grinch sitting over there.
Yeah,
just
I'm
like,
a curmudgeon.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Just the old mean guy has no fun.
yeah. And you catch yourself while you're looking like that, and you're just like,
And then you make it even worse. Because that's what I would do. Just I want to frown even more.
I gotta make myself look like I'm having fun.
Ugh.
And loving this.
Because see, when you asked me about the dances earlier, before we started, I went straight to like the Cupid Shuffle and the YMCA and all that stuff. Can't stand that either.
No, any dance that there are motions.
Yeah,
that I have to learn.
Instructions to follow.
Yeah, slide to the left. No.
Yeah.
That's not what this is. I'm a freestyle.
Again, you're the who doesn't do it.
Yeah, I'm like, I literally will walk off the dance floor.
Yeah, that's when I go get another drink. Yeah,
let's
round
pack it up.
Let's go. Let's take another round around this cheese and cracker cart.
Yeah.
But you're the bad guy because you don't want to do a synchronized dance with a bunch of white folks.
Yeah. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
What part of that sounds like fun to me?
Yeah.
There's too many things that white folks do that I'm just not on board with.
Yeah.
And like those cheesy dances where somebody comes out and they're doing the Michael Jackson or something, Thriller in the middle of their wedding.
I'm going to be honest with you.
We get it. You want to be the center of attention.
Right.
We get it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Another thing I don't even like is if you're a groomsman in a wedding, and then the person you went down the aisle with for the ceremony, you've got to dance into the reception with.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even like that.
I like that if it's a cute girl and I'm single.
So neither one of those.
Neither one of those anymore.
Yeah.
Neither one of those anymore.
Well, because most weddings you're going to be in now, they're all adults.
Yeah,
and adults aren't cute.
No.
And you're married.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
And just, we got to swing in.
Yeah.
Like.
We got to come up with some.
I met you the night before, and we got to act like we're buddies.
Yeah, hey, y'all need to do something. Everybody do something different. Oh, what do you want to? What do you want to? You just want to walk in?
Yeah,
it'll be different. Everybody else is
we'll just
doing
walk in
stuff.
like it's a funeral. It's like we're pallbearers.
Yeah, because that's the way I feel right now.
Yeah.
That I've got to do some dumb dance.
I've already sweat through this rented tux.
Yeah.
So
what's even worse is if they do like The Office, like where everybody who walks in,
I've never seen
down the aisle, and they have to like do a dance.
But they do the record scratch and then start playing that song. When
your whole life. And you gotta, everybody's walking down the aisle.
yeah, but when they do that, the bride and groom don't know about it
In the office, but now it's
in the
become
first
a thing.
in the YouTube video that started it.
Yeah, they didn't know about it.
The bride and groom didn't, dude.
But-
if Peyton and them chuckleheads had planned that at our wedding,
Yeah.
I'd have been pissed.
I would have probably been okay with it. Just because,
My mother-in-law would not have been happy with it.
Hey, speaking of, you were at my rehearsal dinner, right? Mm-hmm. Chad.
With the poo-poo pictures.
Golly. So,
I had to
setting
go
this
up after him.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not as poo-poo close with Josh as this guy, but we're pretty close.
So at my wedding reception, that's what it is, right?
It was a rehearsal dinner.
The rehearsal.
It's the day before your wedding.
Yeah, the day before the wedding at the rehearsal
At
dinner.
a restaurant that is no longer open.
Yep. R.I.P. COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So my buddy, who he texted me and said, "Hey, will there be a projector available?"
Which is bad news number one.
I was excited about it. I was so excited. I had no idea what was going to happen. And then me and him used to have this thing called the poop loop.
Used to.
Yeah. We
Don't
do
act
we
like
don't do
you
it
did.
anymore. Hey, I'm telling you, we don't do it anymore. But this went on for years. Unbeknownst to me, he was saving every single one of those pictures.
Every time you took a poop, you'd Snapchat.
We would Snapchat. That was the...
Not of the poop.
Yeah.
Of you on the
pooping.
toilet.
Yeah. And he, it was he didn't like social media, but he said he felt like he was forced into having one. And so he said, I'm going to do it on my own terms. If you want me to interact with you on social media,
It's when I'm pooping.
it's when I'm pooping. It's when you're pooping. We're just going to create this. And it was like a group of guys that just, every time it was just the poop loop. And so he was saving every single one of these photos.
There were 100 of them.
There were a lot of pictures. And the good news is I hadn't really spent a whole lot of time with my in-laws. And so one of their first just memories of me is going to be seeing me, because he's just slideshowing these things, just showing me on the toilet. And I'm
He narrated.
dying laughing.
He described them.
Yeah. He was talking about, how I teared up.
Well,
Because
that's...
he added some stuff into
Yeah,
it
he
at
did.
the end. It was good.
But not knowing that guy and I'll be honest with you, for a lot of people, it didn't land.
Oh, I'm sure it didn't.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for those people.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I guess going back full circle, the dance for the daddy and the daughter isn't for
right.
everybody
Dang.
at the wedding. But
You just
that doesn't
corrected
mean I have
yourself.
to enjoy it.
True, very true.
Doesn't mean I have
Very
to
true.
enjoy
If your
it.
in-laws had a podcast, they can complain about the poop loop all they
Yeah,
want.
absolutely. They can
Free country.
Yeah,
They can do whatever
free,
they want.
free country. But and my wife's grandmother was there, and I looked over at her, and it was just the most horrified face
Yeah.
I've ever seen, and I can't stop laughing. Half of embarrassment and half of just like, this is the funniest thing.
There you go.
Yeah. So that rounds us out.
Is this our first night pod?
No, we've done a couple.
We have.
Yeah.
I know we've done some day of pods.
Aggressively medium after dark.
Oof. Talking about poop and massages.
And I've got to go back and edit this before it comes
Yeah,
out.
there's-
This is practically live.
Yeah.
This is as close to live as you're going to get,
Yeah.
because I've got to edit this after we
Get
stop
done. Yeah.
and then upload it. So
Yeah.
on that note,
On that note, that was a solid episode 43.
yeah, it's a good episode 43.
Thank y'all for listening.
Yep.
Thank you for having us into your home or your vehicle,
Yeah. In your ears.
your place of work. Yeah. In your heart and your mind.
Yeah. In your butt.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there.